Good morning, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes. Today is Wednesday, May 18th, 2022. And hey, we got a lot going on today. We got early morning baseball. We've got NBA and NHL playoffs. And bro, oh shit, it's doing that thing. I don't know why it does that every single time, but it does for some reason. We will figure tech out eventually. With that being said, big day in the NBA and NHL yesterday. Game ones of playoffs tipping off, and we might as well take a look to see how those went yesterday. And here we go, starting with what the fudge. There we go. Starting with the NBA yesterday. I don't know what day it is. The Heat, in convincing fashion, come back and beat the Celtics 118-107 at home. This was really a tale of two games here. It was the first half that was dominated by the Celtics and everything they were able to do, and then the absolute melt, not being able to hang under the pressure, under the heat that is the Miami Heat. As you can see right here, Jimmy Butler with the 41 points, Jason Tatum with 29. Butler not being able to pull off the double-double, seeing a lot of these high scorers not being able to pass the ball around and do that a lot. But that's not what they're paying them to do. They're paying them to score the ball. And so that was rough yesterday. I did take a live line at Celtics team total over 99.5. That will be the only thing that hit for me last night in this game. Stayed away from the total. I knew I should have taken the over. 204 was way low, but hey, you live and you learn. That's what we have. That's why there's always a next day of slates. People always forget. There's always tomorrow that you can gamble and beat the sports books. And damn it, every day, that's what gets me out of bed. But let's go to yesterday's game. Son of a bitch, what day is today? Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, today's Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. Well, my whole week has been effed up on that. My girlfriend even is like, AJ, no, yesterday was Tuesday. And I'm like, no, yesterday was Thursday. Well, happy Friday. Didn't make a lot of sense, but here we go. Lightning, they demolished the Panthers at home. Panthers took an early one goal lead. And that was pretty much all she wrote. Panthers couldn't get anything else going. It was just Lightning offense and Lightning defense the rest of the game, and the boys looked good. They look like back-to-back champs. That's for damn sure. They look like back-to-back champs, and hopefully the Panthers can start to put some pressure on them in the next game before it does go to Tampa, because if it goes to Tampa too, it's going to be hard to come back to that. This one was a shocker. Blues and the Avalanche, our first overtime game of the round. Late goal in the third out of nowhere from the Blues. Avalanche then coming back to win an OT. Hell of a game. If you didn't watch it, you need to start watching. You need to start watching playoff hockey. Playoff hockey is the best. You know what? With that being said, let's move to today's games. The MLB was a shit show yesterday for myself. D-backs didn't do well. Hit White Sox first 5, and then I stayed away from baseball the rest of the day. Those are my only 2 baseball bets. Focusing a lot on the playoffs right now. As we take a look at Rangers and the Hurricane, the Canes have been cooking, absolutely cooking, just putting up goals left, right, and center. Rangers narrowly escaping defeat from the Pittsburgh Penguins this last week. And that's why we're seeing the Hurricanes as a 1.5-point favorite, at juiced to plus 150, total at 6 goals, plus 140 on the money line for the Rangers, minus the 168. Let's see where the public's leaning. And the public's leaning all over the Canes, and not even just the bets, but the money as well, seeing a 5-point differential where the money is ahead of the bets, meaning bigger money, sharper money is coming in there. I'm on the Canes. I think the Canes, after what they handled the Stars last round, and handled them in a very convincing fashion, did go to 7 games, but still, in hockey, I feel like it's a little bit more common to see a game 7 than it is in other sports. Give me the Hurricanes in the over. I'll even take the because that's just a little heavy on the juice for me. It's 150 here. Oh, 5.5, they're posting the total at. You go ahead and slam the ever-loving piss out of that. Minus 120, that's probably my lock of the day, is New York Rangers, Carolina over the 5.5. Again, not a financial advisor. I'm a sports degenerate who gambles for fun and loves talking into microphones. So here we are today. Yeah, money line definitely. I'll sprinkle a 1.5. I'm not feeling too confident about that 1.5, just in case the Rangers do get hot. And it's 3-3 going into the end of the third, and we have to go into OT. Oilers, the Flames. I mean, the Flames have been hot, but I'm so funny. Edmonton Oilers are the road dog going into this, plus 140, and 6 is on the spread, juice down to minus 125. Can I take an alternate line at 6.5, or is it not going to let me? Because I have no problem at that point giving up the juice to get the 6.5. Over 6.5 minus 105, and then to get to the 7, you're looking at plus 170. Now, what you're probably asking, AJ, if you take the total at 6, you take the total at 6.5, but you still need to score 7 goals. Why are you tripping on minus 105 versus minus the 120? I believe it was posted on the regulars. Well, because that is a 15-cent difference between a push and winning. If they score 7 goals, if I'm confident that it's going over 6, as I am, they'll score 6. Well, I guess the line was posted at 5.5. It was posted at 6.5. Rangers was posted at 5.5. Posted at 6, excuse me. If they have to go over 6, don't mind then risking that half point to buy it, to get that 6.5 and that little extra juice at the minus 105. The 7, I just feel like is going to push. I feel like if I go 7, it's going to be a push. So I'm just going to take the 6.5, no push, give me the win. And I'll take the Flames, money line as well. I don't feel confident in the 1.5 in either of these games because it's playoff hockey and these can get really close really fast. And that's just rough. 60-minute line if you really want to get creative and you don't want to touch that. But as we saw yesterday, I had a buddy who took Tampa on the 60-minute line. Poor guy. It would have been a hell of a payout, but obviously did not hit, went to OT, couldn't cover the 1.5. Well, that's the ice. Again, if you're not watching Stanley Cup playoffs, you are missing out. I loved it. I've been more appreciative of the NBA recently, but it's a different sport. It's a different breed, a faster pace, higher hits. It's essentially like watching, rugby, football, soccer on ice. It's freaking awesome. One game tonight for the Western Conference Finals, the position the Suns should be in, but choked away. Looking like, honestly, the best way I can describe how the Suns looked on Sunday was to the picture of Amber Heard's present. She left Johnny Depp. They just did not look good whatsoever. Mavericks are the road team, 5.5-point dogs going to the Warriors, or I should say Luka is a 5.5-point dog going to the Warriors. 214.5 is the total. Getting heavy juice on the money line, plus 177, minus 222 for the Warriors. Let's see where the public's at on this one. Wow. So 18-point differential, between the bets and the money. Looking at 66% of the bets, 84% of the money. Now, I know I always point this out because that's where the sharp money's coming in. That's where the big money's coming in. But here is the perfect example of where it's actually coming in. You're seeing that 18%. So not only is the public betting on it, but the big bettors, the sharp bettors, the people who know what they're talking about, they're like, oh, no. Give me the Warriors. Give me the Warriors. Give me the Warriors. Not a lot of line movement either, which means the books are very comfortable with the position they're in and with their numbers. Would love to see if the totals moved a little bit, but 214.5 seems like a good opening number. I don't think we're going to see this number change at all. I think the 5.5 is going to stick. We saw it stick all last week, seeing it maybe move a half point either direction, just depending on closer to game day and where the bets are coming in. We do have to remember we're looking at this pretty early in the morning comparatively to when the games are. Still a lot of time for bets to come in on it. With that being said, Luka is dominant. Luka is a force. Luka is something that he is an unbelievable player. He beat the Suns, hands down. He beat the Suns in the last round. I will not give that victory to the Mavericks. Luka beat us in the last round. However, whereas the Suns need to work as a complete team in order to win, everything needs to be cohesive. Everyone needs to be on point. The Warriors like to do this thing where they throw the ball up and it just goes in the basket. It's unfucking believable. I mean, you got Steph Curry pulling up from the logo, probably hitting 75% of those shots. Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole on the other ends, just making everything they want to. Role players doing what they need to get them into the position to take the lead and get up and keep it running. I mean, if the public's not enough for you, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm on the Warriors minus the 5.5. And Steph, let's look at Steph's points. Because as I've said all playoffs, there are two things I don't do. Bet against playoff Tom Brady, bet against playoff Steph Curry. I've learned my lesson and I'm sticking to my guns. Warriors Mavericks, let's look at same game parlay. What are we looking at on points? Steph Curry double-double at the plus 6,225. Luka triple-double plus 340. Total points. Steph Curry 27.5. Give me that over. He's scoring. He's putting up 30. He's putting up 30. He might put up 3 10s today. I mean 10 threes today. He's going over. I'll take the over 27.5. Maybe just Splash Brothers overs. Just a complete blowout. How are we looking at that parlay? Plus 900 there. And I didn't even put on Warriors the minus 5.5. Give it a nice boost to plus 1,300 there. That's not a bad same game parlay if you're a Warriors fan like I'm starting to become, or an anti-Luka person as I also am. So might be a little something fun to put together. Again, not a financial advisor. Don't know any insider business. Just love talking about sports, gambling, and all things. Which brings me, I'm going to stop sharing for a sec because I got to reload that page. Going to bring me to the crypto market, because the crypto market, we're still kind of seeing, well, we're not seeing go down anymore. We're seeing kind of it trade sideways, which is, ooh, never mind. I just woke up, just looked at it. We're down today. Let me share my screen. There we go. And share. So yeah, here we are looking at Bitcoin. Can't see the price if I put it there. Yeah, trading at 28,000. Went to sleep last night. It was hovering closer to that lower 30s range. And yeah, you're just seeing a lot of sell-off here. Like we talk about, those red candles, those candles, that's just volume right there. And so you're seeing a lot of volume being lost or being sold off. It could be many things. It could be day traders, as we said, over on the other side of the world, pumping a little bit here, pumping a little bit there, pumping, buying, seeing it get to this little peak here, and then selling off originally, buying a little bit more, and then you're seeing the continued sell-off early in today's morning. Nothing too concerned about. It just seems to be the way crypto is kind of trading right now. Ethereum still holding stronger, trading a little bit more sideways than Bitcoin is. Obviously, you look at the one-day range, it's not going to show that. It's going to show this valley, just like we kind of saw with Bitcoin. However, we go to the 5-day, and it's actually making me feel a lot worse. I thought we were going to see a little bit more sideways. Let me get to the month. So the month looks a little bit better, because obviously throughout that month, you can see it just kind of slowly. And then it was hovering around 32, looking like it was going to break through to the 29 for a while and maybe stay there, but it really just didn't. It couldn't hold that resistance level, and then just kept falling when all of crypto did as well, and the stock market started heading that way. You're seeing these being condensed a little bit more, these peaks and valleys. That's always a good thing. That means that what is happening is typically a little bit more day trader-ish than it is whales or long-term retail investors or anything like that coming in and taking their money out. Retail investors are probably going to be most affected by this because they don't know what's going on. or they're trying to figure out what's going on, but they're scared. And so they sold ApeCoin, now trading at $7. I'm going to buy another ApeCoin. I mean, you're seeing these prices. And if, again, not a financial advisor, I'm a degenerate who loves speaking into a microphone. Please do your own research. But if you're as bullish on crypto and the, and that type, the metaverse and everything that you believe it can become, and it can be, this is nothing concerning. If anything, this is like Christmas time for you, because you are getting all of these boutique coins, boutique items at just record low numbers. Solana down yet again from 57 yesterday to 53 to $50. And another one of those coins, bought some more yesterday, bought it a little higher than I wish I would have, but I didn't know it was going down to 50. So you gotta, roll the dice, just like sports betting. This is gambling as well, especially in this unregulated, volatile market. People want to call it investing. At some point it is, because you can do a little bit more research, see these catalysts and stuff. But at some point when you take a risk on a coin, like literally any of these, some of the biggest risks that you can take when it comes to the markets. So yeah, please do your research. Please, know what you're getting into. I'm just going to take a quick look at my my Twitter and see if there's anything coming up. Other side, people are still hyped for the other side. It's going to be interesting. I'm a fan of the other side. Oh yeah, let's talk about this really quick before I get out of here. Coyotes are not allowed to modify the look of the ice surface, including the Arizona State logo at center ice. So what does this mean? Degens, what this means is people will be watching a professional hockey game. They'll be watching the Blues and the Coyotes, thinking the Blues are playing an ASU team because they play that bad. I'm not saying ASU is bad by any means. I mean, I'll take a shot at ASU whenever I can, but I've seen a couple of their hockey games. They got a good squad. They got a good coach and everything. Yeah, you're going to have to go ahead. That's so sad. That is so sad. The professional team can't put their own logo in the ice. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. With that being said, there is baseball going on today. I'll be tweeting out those picks at Brofict1. I'm just on a little bit tight of a schedule. I got to get to work. So yeah, follow me at Brofict1 on Twitter, us at Degen Takes. Noah has a new Twitter now. Follow him. It's the Money Train at, what the hell is it? At Engel Money Train. He is the sportsbook whisperer, the man with the numbers, college basketball guru. He wins bets sometimes. He's giving out winners all day, every day on his Twitter. So go follow him again at Engel Money Train. It's dope. It's epic. And hey, we'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.